Shalom. I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity with charity. And peace and salutation to all the brothers and sisters that be scattered to the four corners of the earth that may behave and look like the other nations today. Shalom. There's the brother Debaria. And I'm going to title this lesson, prepare yourself for temptations. Should prepare for the hour of temptation. You see, we ought to be preparing ourselves for persecution, man. To be blamed, to be separate completely. The scripture says that this is Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. We're coming into the time where Esau, Edom, all right, is about to give it all he got, man. We're in the time where the charagma, the mark, all right, is about to be caused upon the people. We are in the latter days. We're in the time where persecution, right, is knocking at the door, man. We ought to be preparing ourselves for this. 1 Peter 4:7 says, but the end of all things is at hand. We at the end. While everybody is still being distracted with all the things of this evil present world, the hopeful elect should be preparing for the end. The majority of the people on this planet, man, they think that things are just getting started. But see, the hopeful elect should know that this is the end. We're the end is at hand, man. All right? And this devil is not going to go down without a fight. It's written. He's ready to fight. The nations are ready to fight. The scripture talks about the water being polluted so bad that men are going to die. Famine, troubles, persecution, death, judgment. We ought not to be focused on any distractions, but to be focused in growth and maturity and being in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Praying for deliverance, praying for mercy. Pray to be chosen. Even though the elect and those that have been predestined have been predestined. If you're going to get delivered, you're going to get delivered. But you're going to get delivered, all right? And you're going to be asking for deliverance and for hope for that through the Spirit. That's the Spirit that's going to be on you. You're going to be begging to be delivered. You're going to be begging to be forgiven. You're going to be begging to be chosen. Yeah, the chosen are set to be chosen, but they're going to be begging all the meanwhile. I don't know if I'm a chosen one. I'm begging for it. I'm seeking that. That hope is the anchor to my soul. It's what's keeping me going. That hope that I have that I'm going to get delivered, that I'm going to be chosen, I'm going to be taken up into a chariot And I'm going to watch the downfall of this evil present world alongside with all of the elect. You see? It says, be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. We ought to be praying for this. You see? Let's look at the word sober.
Strong's G 4993. Sophroneo. Sophroneo.
Sophroneo, to be of a sound mind, to be in one's right mind, to exercise self-control. We should be controlling ourselves, man. What the scripture says, Second Timothy 1:7 says, for the Most High hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. You see? We got to be in our right minds, man. The scripture says, let go of the mortal thoughts, man. We have to be focused on deliverance, focused on winning, focused on being prayed up at all times and meditating on the Lord constantly. Yeah, there's a balance. But between distractions and any fleshly thing and being spiritual, I say about 90-10. That's the balance. The fuck with some fucking goddamn fucking 50-50. Just cause we're talking about balance don't mean it have to be half and half, man. The proper balance to be 90% in the spirit, 10% the fucking flesh, man. And as we get closer, we're going to be more and more in the spirit, man. And less in the flesh. We have to walk and live in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You see? Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Be more and more in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and less in your flesh, man. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh is a battle. And since it's a battle, and we ought to be in the spirit, I'm going to give more to the spirit so that the spirit can win. Now, to each his own balance. But for me, hey, if I could, I'd give it all to the spirit. But we in this flesh, I get it, I understand. It's a balance. But just because we say it's a balance don't mean it got to be 50-50. You see? It could be 50 bricks that weigh 1,000 pounds. And it could be 100 bags of sand that weigh 1,000 pounds. The number ain't 50-50, but the balance is there. You got 100 versus 50, but they both weigh the same. We ought to give more. The scale should be the things of the spirit should be more. It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulsions, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. You see? That's why I say, hey, y'all ought to be damn near 90 spirit, 10% flesh, man. Give yourself no room to fall into the things of the flesh at all. I don't want to go to a brother and say, my bad, man, it was the flesh. No, I'm tired of that shit. And even though it can happen to any of us, because we are in the flesh. But my goal daily is to do less in the flesh so that I don't have to ask for a pardon. I don't have to be worried about, am I going off? I'd rather be deemed as a boring, so-called unbalanced individual because I'm more in the spirit. I'd rather be more in the spirit, man. Now, too much honey can make you sick. So it's a balance. You got to find your own way in this truth, man. As long as it's going by the blueprint of Yahushua HaMashiach, man. And as we get closer and closer to the end, we should all begin to realize that, hey, we ought to be doing less in this evil present world and more in the spirit, more prayer, more brotherly kindness and charity, less distractions. It says, verse 25, it says, and if we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. We should be helping each other to grow in the spirit, man. I don't want a brother trying to convince me to go do anything else but something spiritual, man. And the same thing, I don't want to convince a brother to go more into the flesh. I want to convince him to go more into the spirit. With that, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.